Just listen to that bird song. What a beautiful spring morning here in the Coire Sois garden. And it's been a really full weekend, almost a week really, of Brigid and Imbolc, and started with my new students gathering here on Wednesday, on Brigid's day. That was wonderful, just connecting with a new group of women stepping out on their path of training as Coire Sois priestesses. Sadly, one of the group just finds my perspective, my politics too left. So just for any of you connecting with me or with Coire Sois, you know, that's who I am. I have a background in activism, and basically, you know, my perspective on the world is that capitalism is at the root of environmental crisis, of the housing crisis, of the healthcare crisis, that essentially everything being contracted out for profit and the focus on profit before all else, and the favouring of the corporate entities over just ordinary people's needs is all as a result of, you know, extreme capitalism. And there really isn't any good capitalism if we want to kind of really reclaim this planet and equality for all beings on it, for humanity, for wildlife, for the seas, for the forests, for the rivers. Then we have to find a solution which is based on equity and care for all life. So, you know, if that's not something that you feel you can connect with, you probably will find a clash with me. I don't separate the work I do in Coire Sois from the whole person that I am. So that's how it works. It means also that inclusivity is a key ethos within Coire Sois. So I suppose the rise of the far right recently, and especially the anti-immigrant, anti-refugee protests, have been very disturbing to me, very distressing actually to see it, because those elements have always been there. We certainly saw them towards the end of the water charges campaign here, but they weren't organising in as strong a way as they are now. And, you know, when I speak out about this kind of stuff, or anybody else speaks out about this kind of stuff, a lot of people take it really personally. And I mean ordinary working class people who are just so frustrated, so angry, so hurt by the system, struggling with housing issues or healthcare issues, struggling to kind of put food on the table, all of that. But it's really important when you're angry to target the right people, to be focused, you know. And I really feel the work with Brigid is about focusing that flame. Brigid herself, as the fiery arrow, is about focus and the determination to claim what we need. Not more than we need, but what we need, as she did with the spreading of the cloak. And the work in Coire Sois is so much about sovereignty, and that word is bandied around so much, with little thought given sometimes to the responsibility that comes with sovereignty. Sovereignty is power in balance. It doesn't seek to control others, nor will it be easily disempowered or controlled. And so we do a huge amount of personal work on the training, a huge amount of like stripping away the layers, challenging our beliefs, challenging our habits, challenging the way we live our lives so that we can come into the authentic core of ourselves. And a lot of people think they're in that, but when you really analyze it and you really start working with issues, because let's face it, we all have issues, every single one of us. And those issues can be triggered by things. So as people are going through the training or through the work, they'll hit little walls of resistance. They'll hit, kind of, I suppose, self-doubt. And sometimes people will run or pull away before they get really into the deep work. So I would ask anybody who is thinking of doing this training to really weigh up whether it's the right fit for you. It's grand if it's not. Obviously, it's not going to be right for everyone. And how I work or my personality isn't going to be the right fit for everyone. And it's good that people can know that and identify that. But I hope I'm really clear about who I am and what I stand for and what the ethos of this school is. So weigh it up carefully. So hopefully now the rest of the women and myself can just move along, get on with the training next month and so on. And then Imbolc, actual cross-quarter day, halfway between the winter solstice and the spring equinox, fell on the 4th, on Saturday. So a multi-faith organisation I'm involved in, the Fellowship of the Goddess Isis, which is not pagan, it's multi-faith, as I say, and it's a foundation for the honouring of the divine feminine in all her forms. We had a beautiful ceremony there on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the Druid Grove in Kilkenny, which I'm a member of, had our Imbolc ceremony, followed by the night court where we share poetry and music and song and storytelling, and that was absolutely wonderful. Although I did manage to get a speeding ticket on the way there because I went the old New Ross to Waterford Road, which I haven't been on for years. Thought it was still 100 speed limit. It apparently for the last 3 years has been reduced to 80. So that was a bit of an upheaval because it cost me €160. I haven't got the ticket in the post yet, but it'll be on the way, I'm sure. And came home to discover around midnight, freezing because the temperature had really dropped, came home to discover that there was an issue with the chimney and there'd been loads of smoke and drama while I was out. And then yesterday, on the Brigid's Day holiday, and it's wonderful to see her honoured on this bank holiday, the final training day for the level 2 students and their spiritual celebrancy training happened, and that was another lovely day here at the temple. And so those women will have their certificate, their conferral of spiritual celebrancy happen after a dawn ceremony on Lough Crew on the 19th of March. So it's all busy, busy, busy. Meanwhile, gearing up for the start of the Bardic Arts course with friend and poet Dave Lorden. Very excited about that. That's a new venture, and especially to be collaborating with somebody else is really a new departure. So I'm looking forward to that. There are a number of you waiting for the Irish language for ritual course, and that probably won't come on stream until the Bardic Arts course has finished, which is running from the 13th of February for 9 Mondays. So I think that's all for the moment, apart from, of course, preparing for my hand fasting to my partner, which is happening at the end of July, coming up towards Lunasa. So lots to be getting on with, lots of emails flying back and forth, and lots of communication going on. So from this lovely spring day with the sun shining through the trees there and the birds singing all around me, I wish you all gra agus bannacht tí, slán go fóill.